Okay, and we're back. We don't need to be using a royal bow. That's slightly excessive. Don't need to be using bows at all. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Alright. He had arrows, and he went to go pick up a rock. Does he not have a bow? I don't know. Also exploding barrels, but not great for the rain. Let's see what's in these boxes. It's a lot of apples. I guess I need apples. It doesn't seem to be raining. It's raining a little. I don't know if that's been picked up in the feed. I've been trying to figure out if there's a way of making the video look a bit better after it gets to YouTube. I mean, like, the raw videos are about 7 gig per file, and then they get compressed down again to around 4 gig after I edit them, which, alright, they still look not that much worse. I mean, like, fidelity-wise. I've been doing color correction, so they generally, in theory, start to look a little better again. But I tested out downloading one of my files again because I was looking them on YouTube and they look significantly worse, and they're like down to 700 meg at the highest quality, and I'm like, ooh, YouTube certainly does really compress things down, and I get it. In a lot of cases, most people aren't going to need that full-on 4 gig raw file, because that's kind of, that's reasonably excessive. Ooh. Yeah, right. But you know, I'm doing that just so that hopefully by the time, after editing and all that, by the time it gets to YouTube, that it should look at least as good. It's not going to look worse because of the encoding that I'm doing on my end. It should at least... nuts. Yeah, I just realized that's where the horn... it's on his elbow. There you go, even in death I learned a thing. That's where that other Lysol horn was. And this is why I shouldn't be using greatswords. I should have switched to the other thing. Yeah, I was just getting cocky. I was just like, yeah, it's fine, I can just wander through here. That guy still there? No? Oh, he is still there. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. Well. Hey, I don't know if he dropped all those arrows the last time. Anyway. Alright, we'll play it a little bit safer. Alright, see what I was hoping for is being all electric-y, that when I hit them... well... kinda hoping that it'll do that big old shock. Gotta aim real high. It still sees me. Oh, whoa, why didn't I kill him? Let's put on something better. Let's put on Daruk again. So if I do get hit, it's not the end of the world. Okay. Well, that could have been done better. Alright, I'll heal now. Can I just eat rock salt? No, alright. All these fish just lying around. Now there's just one, no, just a few over here. Ooh, still got it. That was lucky. So many arrows. Right when I was worried about not having enough arrows. That red. Ah, that's a blood moon. That's definitely a blood moon. Okay. Well, let's not get... So there is like a bunch of stuff and like other enemies and equipment that you can get by going up there, but I wonder... it might be best to just forge on forwards. Forge on forwards? What's that bridge? Parallel to the path? Oh, yeah. Again, I feel like I normally get up to that peak and then like fly across there, so I don't know if I've really gone across this bridge. But that's okay. we will... Luto's Crossing. There you go. You can see the shrine from here. There we go. We should be far enough away from all the other shenanigans. I don't think it's this bridge. Or is it this bridge? Maybe it is this bridge. There's a cutscene where suddenly a moblin appears and attacks you. Hey, Link. Look below down here. That's not what he sounds like anyway. Trying to artificially sound. He is far away. Hey, crop shop. We're still pretty far off, my friend. But I was sure you'd be passing over this bridge, so I have been waiting for you. You will be in Zora's domain before you know it. In fact, I'm gonna head that way too. I shall meet you there. Whoa, Link! Beware, warrior. A monster approaches from behind you. That was a... I feel like you could have said that much quicker. Easy. Nope. Okay, there we go. Yeah, alright, sure. Now, do I need to run away from here before... Nah, still got a bit of time. I've done it before where I've just taken a shortcut and gone directly across here because some of those ledges, some of those cliff sides aren't considered to be covered in rain, so you can basically climb all the way up before it gets slippery, and then bam, you've just cut off that whole section. But you know what? For the sake of this, let's go around. Let's see. I also probably haven't done this in a while. Also, I don't have to worry about any enemies in this section. Alright, cool. So generally speaking, the loading time seemed pretty good, but some of these cutscenes, especially to do with the end of the Divine Beasts and all of that, some of those cutscenes I've actually edited down because it would take like a good 10 to 15 seconds for some of those cutscenes to load. And I have no idea why. When everything else loads real quick. That's weird. I'm also still getting real excited about all the new AMD CPUs. Hey, shooting star. Well, that's handy, if it's at all within reach. So I guess we already know it's past midnight. So there's a whiz robe here, I know it. It's one of those whiz robes. Doesn't have an obvious weakness. So then it's easier just to get their attention so they stop moving. Okay. Well, let's just use a normal sword. Okay. Neato. Is there anything over here? Not really. Lots of boxes to break, but can't bother breaking all the boxes. So let's go. So that side quest where you have to read all those like wall stories. Always been meaning to go back and actually check that out, but you know, I've also been. I think I've gotten like maybe 6 of them, and I think there's like 12. I don't know. Check that later. I think this is heading me up that mountain. I don't need to go up the mountain. You just fly on down. There's the Divine Beast. Hey, buddy. I'll make you blue soon. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna fly over this because I don't need to spend forever doing this. It is kind of cool though, seeing the like different lit up places for those different plaques. Ooh, okay. We made it to Zora's domain. Zora's domain? I'm waiting for that little title card to come up. Zora's domain. Anytime now. This is a long entry. Zora's domain. There it is. Found it. Okay. That was worth it. Cool. Is Mifa. There's Prince Sidon just... Oh, there we go. He is running towards it. Whoa! Oh, hey. I've been waiting for you, Link. Welcome! Behold, the pride of my people, Zora's domain. Now I shall introduce you to the king. Hurry, this way. He just slowly walks away from you. Alright, cool, we made it. Hmm? Such gods. Let anybody walk in here, don't they? Well, let's get this shrine first. Oh, damage it, you say. Niz's Yoma Shrine. Let's do the shrine. It'll be fine. The king can wait. The king's probably used to waiting, I'm sure. Oh yeah, pushing power. I remember this one. I remember it took me long enough that I feel like there must be some limit to how often the balls, how many times the balls can fall down and like come through again. Because it is the same balls. Because if you block them, they'll stop falling, and then if you let them go, they'll keep coming again. But I let it go long enough that they stopped falling, and I was like, oh, well, that does make this puzzle a bit easier. Alright. Well. So I've tried doing this a few different ways, but one interesting way that I hadn't considered before was basically letting the ball just roll all the way down the side there? Wonder if that's actually any easier. Alright, let's dodge some balls. Ugh. Using the fact that you can see around corners. Okay, so the easiest way is to get it started is just to cryonesis. Well, easiest way I think is to probably cryonesis out of there, then push it up that, let it roll down some more, and make sure you've blocked off certain parts, and you know. See, look, I think the balls have already stopped. That didn't take long. Yeah, to put a like ice block there and let it roll down there, and then push it up over there, and then it'll fall down into the thing. But I saw a way where you stasis it, and then I think throw a bomb at it. No, that didn't do it. Well, that got me. Ah. Well, let's eat something before I kill myself, because that would be stupid. I thought a bomb was able to push it, and then it went really far and went really easily all the way across over to there, and then bada bing, bada boom, you push it and you just let it roll down the side, and then hope it doesn't keep rolling off. You know what? Let's just do it the old way. Let's just kaboom. Yeah. Now we can put a thingy there. And you know what? Let's put this on the side and see if we can push this sucker just off. There we go. It'll probably come falling down again. Nope, not gonna keep falling. Alright, never mind. Okay. Put that up there. Break that. Also, that that box chest there just has a Zora spear. Alright. Keep rolling. And then the other tricky part is you want to block it off somewhere around here. I think. Yeah, why not? Push it up there. You break them to make sure that you don't end up breaking the one that you do want to set up. Push that up there, you hope it falls straight, and boom, it goes in there. Doodaloo. Alright. Whoa. Slid over that ball. Cool. Another shrine done. I have seen so many fan theories, not only just in text but also in video, about Breath of the Wild 2, about how it changes what we can interpret in this Breath of the Wild 1, potentially who the original hero was in the prophecy 10,000 years ago, the Impa. Well, usually Impa shows you on that parchment with Ganon and Zelda and all the guardians around them. And that perhaps, that there's a reason that, it kind of showed it with red hair, instead of like, I don't know, something that you might normally expect. Keep this. He's kind of got red hair. He's even got kind of a pointy nose, which some of them kind of... No, I can't do it. But yeah. Potentially linking all sorts of things. There's so many fan theories, and I mean, some of it seems plausible to some degree, but of course, who knows? Who knows? It's very likely that none of it is going to come out. None of it's going to pan out, but we'll see. I guess a lot of people are having fun. I think it's the first time that we've had a Zelda game that people have been real keen on seeing. Like, people were cautiously optimistic about Breath of the Wild, but the previous one, Skyward Sword, was a bit of a flop. Like, there are definitely people who really enjoy it. I really wanted to enjoy it. There were definitely bits and aspect of that game I enjoyed. I liked that Zelda kind of played more of a role and had a bit of a character, and I liked the aesthetic of the game, but I just did not like the motion controls, the way that the exploration wasn't part of the game, all of that. But when they completely changed the game to Breath of the Wild and made it an open world game, which is what this is considered, well, the genre of game, where you have towers to climb, like, that's a complete departure from previous Zelda games, more or less. I mean, you could kind of classify the first Zelda game, 25 years ago or more, as an open world game, but it's, a lot has changed since then. So yeah, but now this has come out and like has generally been considered one of the best Zelda games, if not one of the best games in recent times. Not to say it doesn't have flaws and things that couldn't be improved, but people are actually like, oh great, this is actually exciting, and now they're going to make another one that's kind of like this. So the internet is just going nuts over it. Well, at least the Zelda community is. Okay, I've had my rant. It's much easier to rant when I'm not thinking about playing a game. Amazing that, eh? Oh, hey. I want Link to give him a little wave there. Keeps giving him a little wave.
Ah, you must be the Hylian that Sidon brought here, correct? You did well to come all this way here. I am King Dorephan, ruler of the Zora. That object upon your waist, is that not a Sheikah slate? Now that I have gotten a good look at you, it is all too clear who you are. You are the Hylian champion Link. Do not tell me you have forgotten me. I'm huge, how could you forget me?
The Hylian champion? You can't mean the Link, that champion. So that's where I've heard your name before. What a fateful coincidence that we should cross paths.
I cannot believe it. The Hylian champion Link has appeared before us. We have met numerous times, I'll have you know. Ah, so many memories that I will not go into detail about. My mind is overflowing with nostalgia, my friend. I had heard a terrible rumor that you had fallen in combat, but it appears that you have managed to survive. Extraordinary.
I have been napping. Napping.
Come again? Sleeping, you say?
Is that why you do not seem to remember me? Because, you know, sleeping makes you forget things.
But surely you must remember my precious daughter Mifa, yes? You do you not?
Mifa, who? And the option is like basically the same thing.
I cannot believe it. Have you truly forgotten my dear Mifa as well? You and Mifa were so close. You owed her $50 too, by the way. Yet you do not remember her? Young hero, please look upon the beauty of Zora's domain. Do you see that statue? Does gazing upon Mifa's immortalized form still not jog your memory? Well, perhaps your memory will return in time. I dearly hope so.
Father, I do not believe discussing my sister who is helping at this moment. Link seems confused.
Oh, yes, of course. But first, it is worth noting how remarkable it is that Sidon brought a champion here without realizing it. That is quite a feat, my boy. Wahaha. That is a good one. Link, I doubt not that you have endured a great many trials. Still, I must ask you to hear my plea. Now then, hero, I must inform you that Zora's domain is in danger of vanishing because of divine beast Varuta. I shall do you the courtesy of speaking bluntly. We alone cannot stop this beast. Will you lend us your strength?
What?
King Dorothan, my liege, please do not speak so.
Fish with lips and teeth.
To ask a Hylian for help? Why, the very thought of it curls my fins. Muzu, I expected more of you. How can you still protest?
Muzu, it is rude to speak that way to your king and his guest. Link is here because I invited him. With such unprecedented rainfall, we have no choice but to rely on the aid of a trustworthy Hylian. Have we not already discussed this and arrived to that very conclusion? He is the key to saving Zora's domain, I have no doubt in my mind.
Indeed, Link is a champion through and through. As things now stand, Zora's domain, nay, perhaps all of Hyrule, is doomed to be swallowed by the sea. This is bigger than all of us, my friend. Zora and Hylians alike must put aside our differences and band together.
Have you forgotten already, my king? We cannot trust these lowly Hylians. 100 years ago, they abused the power of an ancient civilization and turned Hyrule into what it is today. And that is not the least of it. I need practice at voice acting, I think. Changing voices all the time just means I immediately forget what I was doing before. It is their fault that Lady Mifa was lost to us.
Link. Divine Beast Varuta has great power. It has the unique ability to create an endless supply of water.
That is handy.
Of late, it has been mercilessly sprouting water into the air. As a result, this area has been plagued by heavy rains. For us Zora, water and air are as one, so you would not think this to be quite so critical of a problem. Sadly, the rains have filled the eastern reservoir nearly to the point of flooding. If the reservoir bursts as it soon will, I fear immense damage will befall not only Zora's domain, but also the area downstream from us. Their Hylian lives are in very grave danger.
I see that they can overhear us from here. Oh, we get a cutscene. The other divine beast kind of needed something. Maybe not. This one can create an endless supply of water, which neat. Not sure how that defends against Ganon, but whatever.
The divine beast Varuta. Your princess, Zelda, often studied the divine beast, that is, in the time before the great calamity. According to her research, the orbs located on Ruta's shoulders are mechanisms that can control the water it generates. However, they require electricity to work. These orbs are clearly out of control now because there is no electricity coursing through them to stop them. Sagan, who is quite shock resistant for a Zora, hit one with a shock arrow. Sure enough, it slowed the water for a bit. Unfortunately, as an aquatic race, we Zora are terribly vulnerable to the power of electricity. Perhaps because we could not safely strike it with enough electricity at once, the water soon returned to its full force. That is why I went in search of a Hylian who could help us. Link, I am certain you have already figured this out, but we need to use shock arrows to get those orbs working properly again. I will aid you in any way I can, of course. Please, hero, I beg of you, help me stop Ruta's rampage of destruction. What? Princess Zelda herself instructed you to board the divine beast and appease it from within? Oh, is that what I said? So then, Princess Zelda is still alive? Uh-huh. She's like super old now. I do not believe it. She was alive this whole time, just as you were. The events of 100 years ago cannot be altered, it is true. But if we can regain control of the divine beast, they may yet prove useful in sealing Calamity Ganon once and for all. I did not know you had such grand ambitious links. Ooh. Wondrous. Naturally, I shall help too. Once it has stopped raining, you can easily climb inside. Come, Link, let us appease Rutas together. Yeah, I'm in. Let's do this. Thank you, Link. Truly, we are in your debt. Our goal is the same. That means our meeting was nothing short of destiny. Now then, allow me to offer you this gift as a show of faith. The Zora's armor. Well, Muzu's getting ready to complain. So long as you wear this, you can ascend waterfalls, just like a Zora. Please, take good care of it. King Dorphan! Surely you do not intend to give this outsider the Zora armor? Countless generations of Zora princesses have gifted that armor to the one they have sworn to marry. Princess Mipha made that one there with her own hands. It is far too important to entrust to a shady Hylian. I sure do look shady. He may be a champion, but Mipha had no such relationship with him, so why should he receive such an honor? This is just too much, my liege. I do not understand it one bit. That Muzu. Needs to chill out. That Muzu is not easily swayed once his mind is set. You must understand, he was in charge of educating my dear daughter Mipha. Naturally, she means a lot to him, just as she means the world to us. Ever since we lost her to the calamity, he has grown to despise Hylians. I hope you can forgive his rudeness. But what shall we do now? I tasked Muzu with finding the shock arrows we will need to appease Varuta. Now he has rushed off in a huff. Link. Do not forget, do not let his words concern you. I will work this out with Muzu. I shall return shortly. Man, slippery fish feet on wet marble. That seems like a disaster waiting to happen. Sidon, I suppose that means we're going to tell him. Link, Muzu is most likely at the square down below. Would you mind going down there? I would like you to try to speak with him. Whew, alright. There's a lot of exposition there. I feel like, was it this much with the other ones? I already feel like they weren't. This has gone long. Okay. I mean, that was just mostly me having fun trying to do voices and read lines. Anyway, catch you in the next one, Mum. Love you.